There we go. Technology. Whoa!
Apparently,
All right.
good at it.
Look at that. Ari Fleishman, ladies and gentlemen, Mangia Nation. You know what? Well, this actually worked out perfect because I played the 2-minute segment on the way in, and everybody was, the chat was firing, man. Just like, man, that is not my job. I wouldn't want that job. But those suits are pretty good, right? You don't feel the bite, right?
Well, we have a couple of thicknesses. There's one that for training and it doesn't hurt, but when those guys are doing trials, it's pretty thin. It does not tickle.
Really?
Yeah.
That is, all right, that's insane. All right, first of all, let me bring in the segment again.
Okay.
All right, Robert Everton, Mangia TV Cooking Vamp 71. I'm titling this one, What Do You Feed Your Dog? With Ari Fleishman. He's the owner and dog trainer, and he's got attack dogs that he trains. We're going to get into that from downtown dogs, Chicago, in the great Windy City. You know what? I want to relax you, Ari. Right away, we're going to do a little speed round here. I'm going to give you a movie line, and you're going to tell me what movie it's from, all right?
Let's go, Bob.
All right. What do you feed your dog?
That would be Pet Detective Ace Ventura.
Why? He's miserable. You're absolutely right. 1 for 1.
You're ugly.
That's right. And you're ugly. Saddlebags. Patty. All right. Second one. You like digs?
One more time, please.
Do you like digs?
And this is a dog movie?
Yeah. You like digs? How about I say a cameraman? Brad Pitt.
Oh, Snatch.
There you go. I like digs.
Squeaky Dog. I don't remember that as a dog movie, but excellent.
No, these aren't dog movies. They just have dog references in them.
I got it. I'm ready now.
All right. And by the way, that one had the dog and he swallowed the squeaky toy, right?
Yes, correct.
One of my very fond memories of you and one of the first dogs that got your heart up at the lake house was your dog had a squeak, right? The lab?
Go ahead and squeak. Yeah. She squeaked.
She squeaked a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. And last one, this is a layup for anybody. Does your dog bite?
Does the dog bite? That would be the Pink Panther.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you 2 for 3. You're still winning a prize on the way.
I'm going to take 2.5 for 3. I'm going to take half on Snatch.
But, you know, I know Ari a long time. I know him from the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And like myself, he suffered a, it wasn't downsizing. It was a technology blip that we had to both reinvent ourselves. Obviously, Ari, you've had a love for dogs for a long time. And we talked a little bit earlier, and I thought that this was a great choice for you, that dog training is fairly technology proof, that there's always going to be dog trainers or dog people that need a little freaking help with their dogs. But tell us a little bit of how it all got started with you in downtown dogs, Chicago.
So when we were on the floor, we had a lot of downtime. We were always talking that we should have a TV show, but apparently we do now, or you do now.
There we go. We're virtually on TV.
Yeah, exactly. So I had French Bulldogs. I got into a little rescue, figured I'd give back to the community. So I happened to be good at it. So I picked up more and more Fosters. Then I got some difficult ones. And then I got into the competition dogs. Once I saw the competition dogs, I said, I need one of those. And, competition breeds innovation. So I got good at it. Our job was winding down. And apparently I'm not good at technology since I could barely get on the show. And it went from there.
So how long into it did you discover the attack dogs and obviously your competitive nature? That must have just fired for you when you saw it.
Yeah, first they're not attack dogs, Bob. That'd be like saying a boxer is a killer or someone who beats people up.
Thank you for correcting me. They are. What do you tell me what they are?
I would compare it to boxing or football. The dogs, it's a sport. For them, it's a giant tug toy running around. They can be desensitized from the equipment, and you could do protection type training. But the dogs you saw in that video are having the time of their lives. It'd be like someone playing football or boxing.
Right. No, they do look like they're getting after
But
it.
we do mostly pet dogs here. In fact, there's a lesson going on behind us right now as we speak.
All right. All right. So tell me because we want to talk obviously about the nutrition side of things for dogs. Did that evolve out of the competitive training of those? I mean, those dogs are athletes, man, obviously. So how did that evolve?
I got to tell you the truth, Bob. I was looking at the comments on the side, and I lost the question. Give it to me one more time. It's not that easy to do what you do.
I said, pay no attention to the chat that's firing on your right side of your screen. I was saying that the dog nutrition, I mean, everybody's had dogs. Everybody, Purina obviously had the corner on the market for 50 years. How did you get into exploring raw, feeding your dog raw? And was it because of, at the beginning, was it because these dogs are such athletes that you were training?
That was the start of it. I was looking at the dog bags. They have chicken, pictures of beef. Kibble doesn't look like that. Now, there are some good kibbles. And you see, it's what they need. They're basically wolves. And, the only animals that really are cooking their food is us.
Right.
That's what they're, thousands of years of evolution. They eat raw meat. These dogs can't have byproducts. If you look at some of your lower end dog foods, I'm not sure if anyone's looked at the labels, but some will say animal byproduct, not even chicken byproduct. And that's not what I want to put in my dog who's competing at that high level.
Okay. And so tell us, what's the kibble is not raw? Kibble is dry dog food. What is kibble?
So kibble would be made to make it convenient. Originally cheap, but I don't know if you looked into high-end kibble. It is not cheap these days.
Right.
So with the pricing market, you're on the floor. To me, I'd rather serve my dogs for the same price. Go to the butcher store, chicken, beef. If you look at our article we wrote, I feed 80% meat, 10% bone, and 10% organ.
And does the local butcher, is that like a side business that they're getting into as it becomes more popular? How does that work?
I try to hide the fact that I'm buying food for my dogs at a human grade place from people. I've actually been dirty look when I'm on the phone and I say I'm at the dog food store and the owners give me a dirty look. So
I don't know why. I mean, it's just another market for them. But do you have to request, a separate line of food for it? Walk us through it a little bit.
Okay, so basically, here's what I do. Chicken quarters. I mean, it's just like if I showed you what I picked out for my dogs, Vamp could do a show on humans. Maybe we could do it side by side, dogs and humans. So if we really want to get into it now, we'll get to kibble also. I like to feed 2% of the body weight of the dog.
Okay.
So if a dog weighs 50 pounds, about one pound of meat.
Okay.
So I'll weigh out a chicken quarter. I'll weigh out some boneless meat. Throw in some organ, and that's a meal.
Nice. So you do that how many times a day?
Once a day.
Once a day, really?
Yeah, a lot of people think dogs are humans. They need meals, but
right.
Wolves are they're not eating 3 times a day.
No, exactly. No drive-through, nothing like that.
Yeah.
That is really super interesting. All right, so for an 80-pound dog, no, you said a 50-pound dog, about a pound a day?
A pound a day.
And so that actually seems fairly easy to do as far as buying a week's worth of food at a time, right?
Yeah, of course.
Do you shop weekly or?
Well, I'm pretty crazy. So I go like every 3 days, get it fresh. I don't feel like freezing it because I forget the thought, and that's the problem. But you can't feed it to them frozen. The benefits of the raw and the whole food instead of ground, I'm sure we'll get into different types of raw, is it's great for the teeth. My teeth, dog, if you smell dog's breath, it's horrible and yellow.
Disgusting.
Them chewing the bones and chewing through the meat is great for their teeth.
Oh shit! All right, so if you have to go kibble, I'm feeding Taste of the Wild. How am I doing?
So Taste the Wild is a good food. So my favorite foods on budget, and not budget saying like, but some of these other ones, like I looked up a few for us here on Amazon for us. I was somewhat prepared. Could you still see me when I switch web pages?
Yeah.
So
Fire.
my favorite high dog food would be Origin. So a 29.7 bag, because I don't know what that is in kilograms. It's made in Canada. Is $113 on Amazon.
Okay.
So that's quite expensive. Taste of the Wild. I also like the Kirkland brands at Costco.
Okay.
Very good. Taste of the Wild. If you look at your bag, I don't know if you have one by you. I think I have a bag here. It'll be, chicken, potato. We look for no grains, no wheat, no corn, nothing that's ambiguous, like byproducts, fish product, animal, unnamed animals. You'd be surprised. They actually will say animal as an ingredient.
And we're not talking a Muppet, right?
I think Muppets might be better for them. The other thing.
All right, so let me ask you this then. You're feeding them a pound a day. How much difference is there in the dog poop when you're only got a pound a day? And
so, Bob, that's the great part. Since it's only bone and meat, they're really digesting all of it. So what my dogs poop out is they only go about once a day. I do always clean up. I'm a responsible neighbor in downtown Chicago, but if I didn't,
I'm so glad you said that, because wait till we're going to move into another segment here. Yeah.
But if I didn't, in about a day, it actually turns, since it's mostly phosphorus and calcium from the bones, it'll actually, if you pick it up, it'll like crumble, like if you had like old bone or something. Like it'll actually disintegrate.
Wow. So there's way less excrement, and it's not nearly as nasty as. What do you got going there, by the way? Vodka cranberry?
So yes. Also, actually, I wanted to do wine, but I did watch your show, so I got a juice glass in honor of Mangia TV.
There we go.
You talk about the juice glass.
Right on. That warms my heart right there. That warms my heart.
I got to tell you, I was a little nervous with all your entertaining segments that I was watching.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your facility, because it looks awesome, man. And I know that you showed me an angle the other day. You've got a full-on bar right there in the studio, yeah?
Oh yeah. So if I don't know if you could show there's a virtual tour on Google. I don't know if we have time to do that, but I could kind of spin us around. We got 8,000 square feet. Our main room is about 5,000 square feet. There's lessons going on. We had a seminar about 15 dogs and about 40 spots, so it's plenty big. We have cameras, so we keep an eye on the dogs. But it's just strict training, no doggy daycare. We'll board our clients.
People, my family members obviously don't know that I do a show on Monday night. I'm just,
Well, Bob, I got to tell you, what was going through my mind today was we picked the NCAA final game.
Yeah, I know. Who do you like? Believe me, that's on the list of things to talk about here.
Do you want to wait till we get to that?
Villanova or North Carolina? No, let's fire right at it. I'm wearing Carolina blue, and that's just strictly a coincidence.
I got a big problem with this game, to tell you the truth. So I went to Kansas.
Right.
I'm a Kansas fan. So now we got Villanova, who beat Kansas, and North Carolina with that turncoat Roy Williams going there, leaving us.
You can't win in this game.
So I guess I have to root for Villanova because they beat my team, so that the best team beat my team. So we're going to go with Villanova tonight.
And I like calling them Filthanova, by the way.
Filthanova?
Filthanova.
Okay.
All right. Beautiful. We covered that. I think that beautiful lead-in. You're like a natural here on the Cooking Vamp. You're leading in that. You're like throwing me up lobs.
As I said, we always should have had a show.
You do. Like, what's the shortest session that you'll do?
So we'll do private lessons. Everything is customized. On the floor we always did everything. What our customers wanted, that's what we did.
Right.
So I do anything to tailor. But our most common program where the dog stays with us is 2 to 3 weeks. A lot of trainers will do time. I don't do time because what if 2 weeks are up and the dog can't lay down or can't go to his bed? So you're buying behaviors, not time.
All right, cool, man.
And you see a dog laying down behind us over here. She's doing a hell of a job back there.
Did you save like your best student? All right, give me a good student here.
No, this was actually someone's actual dog. The owners are here picking it up right now, and little did they know they would be auditioning for the Mangia Nation.
All right. All right. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had to kick a dog out? Like, this dog's no good. Untrainable. Has there been an untrainable dog come through downtown?
So your money is come back if it's untrainable. That has not happened. What I have had happened was one that was so dangerous that I felt it was not safe for the family and recommended rehoming or some other situation.
Yeah.
That's the worst, and he was pretty dangerous. He bit the kid. He bit the kid's friends. He bit the dad. Jack Russell Terriers are not city dogs. They should be out in the country.
Yeah. I got a little terrier. A good cue here. I'm gonna, because I didn't get to show you this, and I want to do a little bragging.
Frank! I need rub, Frank! Go get it! Not fish, Mojo! I need shrimp, Mojo! Go get it! Shit. I forgot to teach him how to read. Hey, Frank. What do you say we dig into some shrimp? Hey, Frank. I'll rock, paper, paw you for the last shrimp. Rock crushes paw. 2 out of 3. All right. Scissors cuts paw. Sorry, dude.
All righty.
That's pretty
Frank.
impressive. Is that your dog?
That's my dog. That's Frank. He's the enforcer at Mangia TV. He only throws paw, though. He's super easy to beat at rock, paper, paw.
He's like Bart Simpson. Always a good old rock.
Right, exactly. Which is amazingly another note that I have on my thing. I've thought about this for a while that I wanted you on. Before I wanted you on as Ari Fleishman, Downtown Dog Chicago, I wanted you on to talk food and The Simpsons. So I'm going to have you back on another cooking vamp to talk about food and The Simpsons, because I've only seen one episode where the bar's on the transport truck and he leaves home and jumps into the bar. Mose, remember when they got to evacuate the town, or they moved the town?
I mean, that happened. It's like the Twilight Zone, the one where the guys, everyone's the same and he's different. They're all the same. Yeah, but
they talk food on The Simpsons, don't they?
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite lines, and one of them is where Payne Stewart was with Homer Simpson, and they're playing golf, and he says, "Homer, you need to use an open-faced club, like a sandwich." And Homer goes, "Open-faced club sandwich." It's one of my favorite lines in the whole thing.
Open-faced club sandwich. I might have to put that on the Mangia TV Tuscan Chuck wagon. All right. The last thing that I wanted to talk about. All right. Now, you know how you're walking in neighborhoods and some people are absolutely clueless, right, with their dogs and the dog shit. I mean, how the fuck do you let your dog take a monster dump on somebody's lawn and then just walk away? I mean, it's unconscionable. You know, it was so bad in France that in Paris it's like a $500 fine now, because people were just whatever letting it go. So in the neighborhood that we lived in Bend before this one, this lady had a sign up about, there isn't a ferry that comes and takes the dog poo away. You please be responsible and take your own dog poop, right? Well, being the incredibly smart-ass family that I am associated with, hold on a second. Whoops. Technology. Nope, wrong one.
I've seen that.
There we go.
I've seen that.
Hold on a second. I gotta resize. You can't see all the verbiage.
Now, is that you and doing your Ace Ventura at the mental institution?
Can you see it now?
I can see the poo fairy, yes.
Yeah, the poof fairy. There's so the poof fairy. What's under your pillow? So we're gonna have to make this. You know, I can send you the PDF. You can laminate them and sell them out front, and people can put them out front. And you know, we'll have this. We're gonna stop this in people's tracks. Wouldn't it be great if you could be the poof fairy and just, you know, I would love to be able to do that. Grab somebody's dog crap and they just have it under their pillow when they roll over. I mean, come on, people. Clean up your dog crap. It's not that big of a deal. How do you like the Photoshop, though? And I got to tell you, I think I was, you know, I think that was, I must have been down at least 4 or 5 pounds in order to fit into that thing.
I would like to see the ones that made the cutting floor of that photo, because I still couldn't get over that picture.
Is that beautiful? I'm the poof fairy. So just remember, man,
You're definitely
clean up your dog shit out there. I'm going to show up. I will show up. I will pick up your dog shit and I will put it underneath your pillow. All right? All right, beautiful. All right, so listen, how do people get a hold of you? And hold on 1 second. We can't be. There's the chuck wagon. Let's go back to how do people that have dogs that are unruly get a hold of you?
So you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but the easiest way is our webpage, which is chicagodogtraining.com. It's very easy to remember. I keep looking at all the comments. Are we going to get to the comments, or we're out of time?
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. Anything that you know what? Mangia Nation, by the way, we have another whole section on the Blab site. It's if you type Q in the chat and then a question, it's going to come over to the left, and it's a lot easier to find a question on the left side than through. So anybody has a question on dogs, put a Q in and then type the question, and it's going to load on our left of our page.
Well, I saw a couple. One I want to get to that I was looking at when I got distracted when you asked me a question. Someone was asking about bones.
All right, go ahead.
So raw bones are completely safe for dogs to eat. Cooked bones are the ones that splinter and choke on them, but raw bones are perfectly normal. I don't remember who was asking, but then I also see a question I want to get to that I saw multiple times. Someone was asking about My Bodyguard. I have heard of their work.
Right.
Huh?
My Bodyguard in Wisconsin.
No, it's in Illinois, I believe, Marengo. I've heard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I know they do a little. They don't do as much sport as I do. They do protection work, you know, which is great. But I don't know if this is a gun-friendly show. But my dog, I have too much money into her. I don't need her biting somebody on the street. She can alert, and I can shoot him. It'll be that simple.
Is there special work that you do with dogs relating to guns?
If you saw some of the in the video, I'm not sure which one I sent you, but they're like hunting dogs. They hear gunfire, and they have
not like poor Frank, who was at the building site of the Mangia Tuscan chuck wagon the other day, and I didn't realize the water tank that I was building into the food truck was not pressurized, and I hooked it up to the hose and blew it up. Now Frank is, you know, I'm not sure if he's gun shy, but he does not like when water tanks blow up. I can tell you that right now. He ended up a couple hundred yards away. You know, and I always thought there was only 3 things you needed to know to be a plumber. Obviously, there's a 4th, and that's the difference between a pressurized and a non-pressurized water tank. Big difference.
I'm assuming you had the pressurized one.
I had the non-pressurized, and I hooked up the hose to it, and it filled up and then exploded. Good fun. All right, we've got a question here. How much is basic training at your facility?
So we have 2 common packages. Private lessons would be our same package, and those are 6 for $600, where you come once a week for 6 weeks. And then where the dog stays here, where the board and train, that ranges in price depending on what you want. Our most common one, which is basically the dog you're jealous of in the street, you know, when you go to the park and the dog's off leash, it's recalling, it'll lay in its bed for hours when you have people over, not begging for food, is $2,200, but that includes about $500 worth of equipment, 3 private lessons, group training. A lot of people like to do that when they go on vacation because boarding in Chicago is expensive, so you kind of kill 2 birds with one stone.
All right, and I know we talked about this. If people mention Mangia TV, they can get $100 off of that, yeah?
No problem. $100 off that one. We might even come up with a special Mangia off the private lessons too, because we had so much fun tonight.
All right, but for sure the high end one, we're getting $100 for the Mangia Nation.
Of course, anything.
All right, Ari, fantastic. I miss you, man. I miss hanging out. I miss the camaraderie that floor traders have. I'm happy to see that you're involved in something that obviously has your passion. You look like you're having fun. Your results are obviously through the roof. I know you've competed at a high level now with these dogs, so my hat's off to you. Keep up the good work, and I'll be Chicago bound in the late summer, early fall, and we will hang out in person. How's that sound?
Good, but you know what I think the Mangia Nation would like when you come to Chicago? We're going to put Bob in the bite suit and send some dogs out.
I'll do that. We're going to put and like hang bacon all over me.
I'm pretty sure they can smell your bacon without hanging bacon out.
I would love to do it. I know my nephew chickened out. He wouldn't do it. I'll do it. Get me in that dog suit.
I forgot about that. Yeah, your nephew definitely chickened out in front of – I put him on the spot in front of all of his employees too. He was not happy.
I'll take one for the team, for the Mangia Nation, anything.
Perfect.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much, Ari. Thanks for hanging out with us. And again, let's circle back. I'd love to have you back too, talking dogs. But I definitely want to have you back, and we need to do some work on a Simpsons food episode.
And maybe I'll have a live feeding of my dogs eating. I think it's very interesting seeing them go to town on raw meat.
How about this? How hard is it to transition a dog that's been on kibble to raw?
So we do have an article about how to do it.
Okay.
You know, it takes a little while for their system to get used to it. We would start with chicken because it's bland, and then we work in other proteins. What's really nice about the raw system is if the poops, I know we're talking poop here, right?
Right.
You can play with it. So more bone, more meat, it makes it more solid. If they're a little tight in there and you need to loosen it up, there we go, the poop berry. You can add more organs. So you can play with,
don't play with it. You're talking, don't play with the poo. You're talking about playing with the levels of protein, bone, and organ, correct?
Right. To have a consistency that the poo theory would be happy with. Let's put it that way.
All right, beautiful.
All right,
man. So awesome. Thank you so much. Kansas maybe next year in the Final Four. Go Filthanova. Opening day for the Cubs today. Everybody's on their on the bandwagon. We got everybody back on the bandwagon now. So we'll keep in tabs with that. Salud.
I'm excited to come back, Bob. I will see you soon.
All right, pal. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hold on. Let me go to here. Look at, I'm just firing on the technology, by the way. Firing on it. Backgrounds. All right, pal. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right. How great was that? Any questions or whatever you got, fire it off to Ari. He'll be happy to help you with your dogs. Happy to help you, walking you through feeding raw versus kibble. Get your dogs trained, for God's sakes. Feed them right? Feed them right. And clean up their poop. That's all we ask as a Mangia Nation dog-friendly portal. All right, that's what I got this week. You guys have a great week. Next week, I hope to be in Austin, Texas at Stubbs Barbecue. Hopefully, I can work this in either Monday, it might be Tuesday, interviewing the grandsons of the inventor of Stubbs. Stubbs is a barbecue joint in Austin. It's also a music venue. And hopefully I get to do that. I'm making headway with the PR people to get me into Stubbs. And then on to Biloxi, and I'll be at the Shed Barbecue to Tug Barbecue there, and various places in between. You know, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of this stuff on Periscope, on the Mangia TV Periscope, and hopefully I can do the interview on Blab next week with the grandsons of the owner, now passed, of Stubbs Barbecue. Other than that, you guys have a great week. Thanks for showing up. And hold on a second. All right, do yourself a favor and cook somebody a meal, all right? How about you do your dog a favor and feed him raw? Less poop for you to clean up, all right? That's a bonus. Only got to feed him once a day. That's a bonus. All right? That's it. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next week. Tune in Thursday for Allison Carver's cooking therapy session. I'm not sure what she's covering this week, but it's always super helpful and informative and fun. Other than that, go Filthanova Wildcats in the NCAA championship game, and we will see everybody next week. Thanks. I forgot to do this. I forgot to roll credits. Thank you. Cellar Angel, Chicago Steak, Citizen Bar, Chicago Helicopter Express, AE3 Studios, and Hef Industries. Support them, please.